All right, guys, we're back. We're back. Oh my goodness, it's already 2:03. Oh, that's crazy. Milo, yes. I'm sorry about that. I don't know what happened. It was working good, and then all of a sudden it just said connection got poor for some reason. I apologize for that. I will go over the pressing again. But basically, what I was saying with the pressing is there needs to be a trigger. And what I mean by a trigger is this is something that you should be covering with your coach. Your coach should be getting every player on your team to be on the same page when it comes to pressing triggers, right? So, for example, one way or one trigger that I learned that was pretty successful when we did it, and there's different triggers. There might be a trigger when the center back gets the ball, when the right center back gets the ball, when their center defensive mid gets on the ball. But this specific trigger was whenever the ball goes out wide, the winger is the first one to initiate the press. And what we want this winger to do is come straight at them and cover any passing lanes inside. The striker would come over and try to press and cover that pass back to the center back. The winger would potentially be out wide, and the fullback would come press and be tight. And now you as a center mid would need to be pressing tight on any center mids checking in. The opposite side center mid would also step and be tight. And then the 6 would cover the space if there was no players there. And then the opposite side winger would try to go into this space. Now, yes, you might be asking, what about this player that's wide alone? Well, yeah, that player would probably be alone, but if we're pressing together and we're able to make the other team feel like they have no options to get out, then that pass from the number 3 left back all the way to this center mid is probably most likely not going to happen. Now, if one of the players is a split second too late and the fullbacks, let's say, is able to take a touch and get out, and let's say this center mid is a split second too late, that allows for the 6 on the opposite team to receive the ball, turn, and possibly progress play forward. And when they do that, our pressing has gone down the drain and we don't win the ball back. So that is one of the things that are one of the pressing triggers that you can look to do. But again, this is specifically covered with your coach. Your coach is the one that is going to decide what the pressing trigger is. If your coach doesn't tell you about those things, ask them. Make sure you guys are all on the same page. Because what happens is we have maybe the striker pressing super hard and chasing the back line like crazy, and then ball gets out and they get pissed. Or maybe the winger's the one pressing hard and the center mid doesn't step out to press the center mid because they're scared of the space they're leaving behind. No, all 5 players in the attack need to press together. And when all 5 players in the attack press together, it's going to be so much more difficult for the opposition to get out. And that's essentially what we want. All right, Milo, or Milo, sorry if I pronounced your name wrong, man. If you guys have any other questions, what would a pressing trigger look like if the CB is dodging the ball? That is a great question. So this is how it would look like. Let's say you guys are playing a 4-3-3, yeah? So let's say goalkeeper has the ball. Maybe it's a goal kick. Maybe it just got reset. Okay, let's say goalkeeper has the ball. Their center backs may be open wide. Okay, and now one pressing trigger for the center back may be ball gets played out wide. Now this would be looking like this, where winger would come over and press on their left side, covering the passing lane to the fullback. Striker would come over here and cover the pass either back to the center back or back to the goalkeeper. midfielders checking in would both be covered by the 8 and 10. Okay, and now the center defensive mid would push up and cover that space. Now we can either make this fullback push up and press their fullback, right? But again, if we don't all push together and this center back is able to get this pass over, we're in trouble. If they don't push up on the fullback, then this fullback maybe pushes up into this space, right? Or they just stay with that winger. But it's very important if they do that, that this winger times their run correctly to cover that passing lane over. And also being able to identify how that center back takes their first touch. Do they look to open up their body and play wide? Do they look to open up their body and play over the top? Are they a left-footed center back playing on the left side? Or are they a right-footed center back playing on the left side? So all these little things you got to identify, right? But that's essentially how a pressing trigger would be for a center back. Okay, one of the ways. And then the opposite side winger would either cover this space or just cover in this space. And again, like I said, I can't reiterate that enough. I cannot stress it enough. Guys, we all have to press together. If one person doesn't press together alongside everybody else, the whole pressing is done. It's not going to work. So, I hope that helps, guys. All right? We have two viewers in here, I think, or just one. But that is it for today's stream. I wanted to finish off answering that question, and I appreciate you guys joining in. All right, thank you so much. It's been a good stream session, I think, just for the fact that it froze up at the end, but we did well. So we are gonna look to do this again maybe later this week. We're looking to do the stream at least twice a week now, and then eventually open it up to some private online video classes. So just be on the lookout for that, guys. Thank you so much for joining in. Until the next stream, let's get after it, yeah? Thank you.